Hey guys, Kate and Emma here. Can't believe that it's been a year. I feel like it was yesterday that we just first heard about Playing with Fire, but here we are, a year in. So we just thought we'd take a minute to have a little bit of a reflection, where Playing with Fire has been, where it's gonna go, all of that. But we figured we know you've heard us for a year now, that maybe we'd have some special guests that would help us to just think about the past year. First, we think it's crazy that it's been a year. Like I swear,
Mhm.
I feel like you announced this yesterday and it's been a full year, which is wild. Absolutely wild.
Yeah, it drives us crazy a little bit because we want things to move faster, but we also know the world that we're in, like theater apparently just is a slow moving process. So we try and make the best of it at every step. We're just kind of like, oh, I wish this could come out, or I wish we could do this right now. But everything's kind of like a hurry up and wait situation because, it is about team building and creating a solid foundation for something to grow out of. So. It just takes a little longer than we're used to when you can make pop music and like make a demo and put it out whenever you want at this point, with independent artists and things. So,
That's true. But you know what? It'll be worth the wait. I
oh
know
no,
that.
100%.
Like,
Look,
absolutely
we're
worth
we're
it.
totally a part. We're looking to be a part of a community. It's like we want to bring what we bring to the table, which is different, right? But we also want to respect the tradition of it because that's what we were attracted to. Were some of those things we love. So
So yeah, I think it'll be awesome. And I know like we poll our followers all the time of like, so can you believe it's been a year? What have you? And they always go on and on about like all the memories, the things that really in this past year have stood out to them. So I know like Jimmy, the production videos, people love the production
love
videos.
them.
Like
Yeah.
watching you do your craft is like mesmerizing, absolutely mesmerizing. So that was a big one. Um,
Seeing how much he
JC,
fixes us.
yeah, well, no, it's not.
He's
You know
like,
what? That demo,
I
I don't
don't
care
I
what you
don't fix you,
say.
man.
yeah,
The
I
yeah,
don't
demo
touch
looks
the
okay.
great.
thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Lily's
what
the
you
only one that
say?
doesn't need fixing. Well, no, Cardi doesn't need much fixing either. So.
No, but
No, nobody believes you. No, I
Yeah.
feel like we heard a
Cardi
lot.
was just here
Cardi
for a
was just in
week.
LA, by the way.
Oh,
We knew before.
we know.
Oh,
We knew
okay.
before he went.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've chatted. We've chatted a
Okay.
little. Yeah, but I know like obviously those have done really well. Um, all the little behind the scenes videos and stuff in general. JC may have broke the internet when you put out that little How Do You Sleep clip in the very beginning. I've never seen something get shared so much because everyone's like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, like, have you seen this? And yeah, you destroyed the internet. Thank you.
It got over a million in the end, didn't it? Like quite quickly. I remember that day. I remember everyone
Yeah,
was like, just share it, people. And it got
yeah, it was like, it was wild. And I know just the other day we posted, it was the 1 year of that coming out, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, I remember this. So
yeah.
obviously, the fandom, like the community, has
Mhm.
a lot of amazing memories from the past year. But what we want to know, like, just for you guys, I mean, do you look back at any point and there's just like, we did that, like, and have that 1 year? Like, what stands out for you in the past year? Because there's been a lot that's happened.
I think each step, right? Like, every we set goals and every time we kind of get to tackle one, it's cool. Like the first time we had like a completed artwork was an exciting thing because we didn't know what it was going to be. And all of a sudden we started working on it and it became something. And we're like, oh, there it is. That's our first impression. And then, obviously every time we're working on a song, some songs happen faster than others, but every time we're working on a song and we kind of have a breakthrough moment in the song, it's always exciting. I don't know if I pick one thing. I mean, other than actually releasing the record, right? Like that was super fun.
That definitely.
What about you, Jimmy? What's your favorite part of this year so
I
far?
mean, like I guess I'm always, I'm not much of a back looker. I like to be in the moment, but I think
Yeah.
the things that were most exciting for me were like the new the creative moments, and probably you are not privy to any of these, but new developments, like little workshops we did when we are done, and we're like, oh my God, this just got so much better.
Yeah.
All this stuff. That's kind of where my head's at.
Hmm.
I'm not big on nostalgia about like the past so much. I hate to say it. It's like I just go, what's next?
I
More
think that's
than that, that's my
and I think that leads nicely onto my next point. You might have dropped a few bombs last week on Lance's thing,
Mm.
like new songs, you've got, working with writers and producers, you've got plot twists. Like, we have questions.
Yeah.
Like,
We were both on that chat going, what is he saying?
it
So
was
far,
3 a.m. and I
yeah.
woke my kids up. Like, what? I'm not joking.
Yeah. Jimmy and I were kind of like we did a workshop kind of thing in New York with some of the new team that we're bringing on board, and after having like a really good sessions and a really good time with them, we walked away with some new ideas. And so we wanted to experiment with some of those ideas. And what we ended up doing is turning them one of the scenes into a song instead of just it being an acted out scene. We decided, hey, maybe this could help move the story in a more interesting way and than what we were doing at the time. And so when we started experimenting with that song, and this song that we just did, it took a while. We were just taking it a couple lines at a time, like leaving, coming back, because
it was in 5 sections, so it's
yeah.
like a song that happens over time. So like basically there's 5 parts to it, and so like every time we'd finish a
Ooh, five
part,
parts. Ooh.
ooh. So we'd kind of like we'd get that and then it'd be like, okay, let's get into a different headspace for the next one, which was so it took a long time, but everybody seems to love it, so that's great. We were like kind of like we're a little bit nervous
We were
about it
shy
'cause,
about this one a little bit. Yeah.
yeah, because
Yeah.
it was definitely it's quite honestly it was more less, we're probably, pop songwriters first. And this was definitely about pushing the plot along.
This is more of a mechanism in a
And
way.
we thought it was like an experiment where we were just kind of like, hey, you know what? Let's just try this to see if it works. And we are like, I'm probably gonna hate it, but everybody ended up like loving it. So we're like,
Of
okay.
course they did, because
I
you're
was gonna
very
say, I don't
awesome.
think
Like,
you can
come
write a
on.
bad song.
We can say this that it's I mean I don't know how much we could say about it. We can say that it leans more into the Elizabeth Victor situation and maybe just giving you a little bit more insight about uh, how they connect and grow together, I would say.
I think that'd be awesome. And that's a
Yeah.
Yeah.
part that I think people really could, because I think a lot of people, I mean, obviously we've read the script and all that, but I think a lot of people haven't. And
Well,
so then
this
they
is a
get
different
confused.
story that we're telling.
I
I
know
mean,
you keep changing it
there
on
are
us.
there's definitely similarities, but Jimmy and I, as we've worked on it, Jimmy had thoughts right at the very beginning about his mom's play, and he's just like, he wanted me to read it, and I got excited to read it, and when I read it, I got really excited, and then went back and read the Mary Shelleys again, and then read his mom's thing again, and then he was just like, but he's like, I've seen this play live, and he's like, and I love it, but you know there are some things that I think about when I see this play. And so we started talking about those things. And that's when we started taking artistic liberties and things like that. And so the story has evolved
It's evolved a lot.
a lot.
It's going to be like a lot different. I mean, I think the thing that was really, you know, the the thing that I think interesting that lives from my mom's play is like just that it's sort of based around a conversation between Creature and Frankenstein, at the end of his life. But it's it's gonna change. I'd say it's expect big changes.
Yeah.
I like
And
that though.
some real like things that are gonna blow you away. Like
I
you
think
said,
that's
you're
the
gonna be
fun bit, because we've
surprised, but
seen
we're
it
not gonna tell you
develop
that.
as we've gone along with you guys. Do you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, so we started in one place and had absolutely no idea what we were doing either,
Yeah.
and now we're still learning about it, and that's more fun for us, because if we knew it all now,
Trust me, we're still learning because
like,
every time we take it and show it to the next person in the next phase of it, they're like, this is great. And then we start talking and we throw new ideas around and we're like, oh, but that's, we like to think that we're making it more interesting. So
I don't doubt that. I
Yeah,
don't doubt
no,
that at all.
it's nice, and we love the team we've got, so we're really excited, you know.
yeah. And you know, I know that we mentioned to the people out there that we have a comic. We do have like a 20-page comic. The positive in that is that, we have this little almost like little storyboard of what we've been working on. The issue is what we've been working on has changed, A, and
We
B,
still need it. We
yeah,
still need it.
well, I know, but the other thing is, and B, is that when we started to talk to people like who would release it and put it out, they liked it so much they want to expand on it. So instead of just
Oh,
putting out like a 20-page thing, they want to do like a 100-page thing and tell more of the story and go more in depth because they think it's worthwhile, which is exciting to us because we go, oh, that means we're doing something interesting, but it
yeah.
just means that we have to work, take
Yeah, I
more
know. We were
time.
like, oh, we were pretty like for me, finishing the comic book was just such a big moment.
I don't shut up about this comic book. Like,
Yeah, I know.
Doesn't.
And
get
then
bored
all of a
with me.
sudden,
Like,
Guaranteed.
then all of
But
a sudden we got, we started talking to this one company, and like we like this, but we want to really blow it out, like maybe do three comics and a graphic novel at the end of it. And we're like, yes, please. Yes, we want to do that. And we're like, oh, I mean, we'll definitely release this one at some point because I think it's cool. It's
like a rough draft.
but the thing that's really cool about uh blowing it up more is that it gives us even more chance to go deeper than we probably would get to do in the actual musical and kind of create this whole background for it, So if people really want to nerd out on the piece, we can kind of create a little
We
universe.
do. We would
yeah.
like to nerd out.
So
I
like
think
that's
it'll be
gonna
great
be
too because it's a good, I know a lot of people are looking forward to it because it kind of shows your guys' thought process, when
Yeah.
you were writing it, what you wanted to get out of it. And then of course, it evolves and now you'll have like multiple versions and everything. But I think it gives us that opportunity for people to really kind of get into your heads of, where were you coming from when you wrote this
Yeah.
song or when you wrote this scene or, anything like that, which
yeah.
I think it's a good way to just kind of think of it beyond the songs, and there's a lot of people who look at the musical concept album and they love it, but they don't get into the actual, there's so much to dig into. Like we spend a lot of time when we're
Too much
supposed to
time.
probably be working on content, just talking instead and being like, and then we're
That's
like,
part of the creative
oh
But that's
process.
sort of part of the process because, like honestly, when you're being creative, it's not like it's about an idea. Everything's about an idea or an emotion. And sometimes, like, you just have to chat like for a while to get to that point where you have an idea.
no,
It's
we can
just,
relate.
And
We can.
it's
understand
just
what you're
it's
thinking because
normal.
sometimes it's just in your head and sometimes you just have to put it outside of your head to give it context. And that's
Multiple times a day. I'm just like, hey, I want this, but what do I do? And she
yeah.
comes
I
back
get
to me
so
and
many
I'm like,
messages all the
yeah,
time. Or I'll be like, hey, Emma, like we actually just, what, 2 days ago, I think, came up with a really cool idea. And I showed it to her. I was like, hey, do you want to do this for the page? I'm not telling you what it is. But they were like, do you want to do it for the page? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, great. Now we have to make this somehow. But
yeah.
like, we'll
That's
come up with it and hopefully it'll look good. But
More of the
maybe.
process.
Yeah, it's gonna be a process for sure. And I'm usually the idiot who comes up with the ideas that then I have like 4 hours to make it. And I'm like, cool. I'm really glad I like spent all day. Like, I don't know if you saw it, but there was one we did. It was a Monopoly. We turned Playing with Fire into a Monopoly board.
Yeah.
I think that took me like 4 days to make. And I was like, why did I do this? Like, why?
Because it's
But
fun.
yeah, it,
I
it,
mean,
it
you
did
just have to
well.
do, look,
So
you just never know when you're going to make anything, but like if you don't do it, like you won't find out. Like and then being like, oh man, I shouldn't do this. It's too much work. I don't know. Like you just have to,
Like
you know.
making a 5-part song.
Yeah, I mean, we did that. We didn't know like it could have easily everybody could have said, "Oh, that's we get what you're doing. I think it's smart, but maybe, like it's not the right thing." And it still might not be the right thing, It's everything's we're sort of expecting everything to change radically when we get into doing it, but You
And
know, you
that's
just
why I
got to
want the
do
comic book,
things. That's like,
because you can, if we had those comic books, even if you had three, two, one, whatever, to
Mm,
follow along to what you guys thought in the first place, to then
mm,
what it turns into on stage
mm.
is the fun part. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? We get to be there and see that. That's the fun bit for me.
Mm. To
Definitely.
follow the evolution as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I think it'll be
We're
awesome.
nosy and we want to know everything.
We're very nosy. We're always like, oh, what are they doing? Like
Yeah.
we don't know, and we're not allowed to know.
Just
But
making things.
yes, but when you guys make things, I don't think you realize how incredible they turn out sometimes. So we all sit here going, how did they do that? Like it's amazing. And
And we're
you
just
guys are too
trying.
humble. It's fine. We know.
I know.
Um,
Trying.
I don't know, like I think for us, it's just we like the process, we just like doing it.
I mean,
It's like,
that's a good thing. You should definitely like what you're
Yeah.
doing.
it's sort of at this point, it's it's just sort of compulsive behavior, really.
So some
I mean,
other
you guys have it
maybe
down.
like
I definitely think, and I know, like, obviously, this will be like, I mean, okay, so we say this is year two, but obviously, Playing with Fire has been several years in the making. It's just this past year has really been when it's become, a public thing. Like, obviously, you guys have been working, for a couple years on it.
Yeah.
But with this upcoming year, now kind of being in the public eye, everybody knowing about the project, what do you, I know we hear all the time what followers want to see you guys do and all that, but like, what do you guys want to see come to fruition? Like, when you're sitting on year three, do you want to look back and be like, cool, that happened? Like obviously getting the graphic novel out or things like that, I'm sure on
Yeah.
that list. But what else? What else do you guys, like, what are your goals basically?
Well, now that we've been assembling the team, we want to start utilizing those team members and growing it and look and seeing the next phase because again, most of it has just been in Jimmy's studio. You know what I mean? It's like we've done readings in that studio through Zoom links to get people interested and things like that. And and again, we've created a lot of the story and a lot of the music in there, but we've only kind of been outside of that studio, I mean, less than a handful of times. And I think in this next year, that's where we wanted to evolve. We wanted to get outside of that room and start interfacing with actors and singers. Like, Cardi and Lily are the tent poles for the concept album. But in order for this thing to live in theater, we have to start trying it on, people outside of our tiny little sphere.
good luck with that. With the notes you guys wrote, I
Yeah.
don't know how you're gonna.
So, and I think that's what's exciting to me. And I'm sure Jimmy has a different answer, but like I'm excited to start seeing people try on these roles and so when we can see these kind of things, um, yeah, like put in front of us, we can see it outside of ourselves because that's when it really transforms. These actors are going to become these characters. We have an idea of what they are in our minds, but the fun part is actors are great at what they do and they make it even better. You know what I mean? And they'll show you things about something that you've maybe worked on that you didn't even realize. You're thinking one thing when you're working on it, and all of a sudden they put this kind of energy into it that gives it that little bit more. So again, this year for me is about getting it out of the room and more into people's bodies and to see the collaboration start to take hold when the director's working with an actor and then the director comes over and maybe talks to Jimmy and I or the writer and we start talking about like tweaks and fun twists and turns because we've taken all these twists and turns amongst just ourselves and I think it's going to be fun to feed off the energy of others.
I can see that. I have to ask too. We asked Jimmy before if he
Hmm.
had any like his dream casting, What about you, JC? Do you have, I know there's like a million people, but he had some really interesting answers. So I'm very curious if you
I
have anything in your head. I'm putting you
I
on the spot.
I know, right? Like, um, I have no idea. I've just been so focused on trying to trying to make something good. And it's interesting because I think the tone is really going to be maybe not maybe is partially going to be set by the director and the art director, and then who's going to fit that kind of scheme and things like that. I think I'm as curious as anybody is like, what is the director and the casting agent thinking? Like, who slots in? Who do they feel? Now, my feedback would be like that, maybe that's amazing, or like, I don't know, I've never would have thought of that, but I didn't I haven't been working on this with anybody in mind, really. I just wanted to make something interesting.
Well, you've
So,
definitely nailed that.
yeah. I mean, look, Lily would be great.
I mean,
I,
yeah, nobody
I
would mind that one
I'm
bit.
just a Lily fan, but there's also, who knows what's going to come. I mean, anything, the fun part is that anything's possible at this point. There could be somebody put in front of us that, again, we never would have thought of that could kind of crack the code a little bit, which was an exciting thing to think about. So,
I'm sure. What about you, Jimmy? Your year
Uh,
two goals. What are yours?
well, I mean, I think the first thing we need to do, really, which, is to get the book sorted. And that's going to be like hopefully the goal of the next 3 or 4 months to get that done. Because we can't do anything else without that. I mean, we could do a concert, but
we were
it's
planning to do that, but then it was like honestly, all the money that would have gone into that
yeah.
takes away from the money that would go into the development. So,
so, so I think that like having a first draft of a book so we can that we feel good about, and obviously, you know, the team feels good about, that's like the next real focus, so we're probably going to dip in a little bit more and think about other musical things we could do for it, but they're good, pretty limited until we kind of see what we get a picture of what it is, and so that will probably happen simultaneously with, finishing the long form graphic novel. They'll be one and the same. Once that's done, then I just want to do, I think what JC said is put it into like the three-dimensional world with people and text and maybe a little bit of movement, do a couple workshops and work on it. And then hopefully at that point everybody loves it and then we'll be doing the performance of it. We might do it like we may do concerts with, the workshops, because I think if we're, teaching these actors how to sing it, we might as well have them do, just perform it and kind of get a vibe of what the show is. But that's sort of where the head is at. But there's, now there are more brains than just me and JC. So you know, it's a bigger machine to move around.
Yeah.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
I think that's fair. I think the one thing that you sort of mentioned last year that we haven't had an update on is the vinyl. Is that still an option? Like people don't stop messaging us asking, do you know? No, no, I don't.
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, I think we're just kind of waiting for a time that, look, had we not had this option of like having the new, a larger format graphic novel, we probably would have
put
maybe
it out with
done
the
it
short run.
already. But this for us is like, okay, yeah, it's like yeah, everybody, we're all impatient. Nobody's more impatient than JC and myself. I'm telling you right
I
now.
don't know.
It's
I
just
love
like
how
we're just,
JC is blaming Jimmy. Did you see
Yeah.
that?
it's my
No,
fault.
we push each other, which is good. We're just kind of like some days we're like we seem to be okay, and then other days we're as frustrated as anybody. We're just like, ugh, I'm ready. Like I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm
Yeah.
ready.
So, and look again, it's not there's more people involved at this point, so things tend to like, and there's more business to be done. It's just not me and JC, and going like, okay, well, we'll do this and this. Okay, done. It's more complicated. Everything's more complicated now. But that's normal, and it's I watch other people go through the process. I have a friend and he's got a great budget to make a movie he's written and directed,
That
and
Michael by any chance?
the lead actress they had dropped out. Now they're waiting for the new actress who would be great, but they have to wait till after she's done shooting this thing, and then she has like 2 weeks to say yes to it or no, and so it just adds more. Everything adds more time. It's like it is the normal process, but it's all good. I think we're the thing that really resonates with us is that we feel like the material is really strong, what we have,
And
and
it's
I
getting
love it.
better. It's like again, I would be probably more frustrated if I thought that it wasn't improving. I genuinely feel like it's improving.
Yeah. I mean, from where we were when we first like, did our very first workshop of it, which was whoa.
Yeah.
It's just like now we're sitting there go, okay, I understand why people said what they said back then. And we're getting so much closer to having a coherent, interesting, modern take on this. And it's really exciting. It's like, like, and I think everybody's down with the changes. So, it just takes time. It's collaborative. It's no longer just collaborative between me and JC. It's collaborative, but between a bunch of different people. And so
It'll be awesome though. I know when we see it, like, it'll be really cool to see kind of how it's evolved and everything too.
yeah, I
Mhm.
want to do
I
you
know
and me
we'll be
both.
we'll be eager with you. Don't worry. So obviously too, like playing with fire, I think one of the things that we've noticed that we think is really cool is even though like, obviously it's kind of a dark subject or whatever, that honestly, like a lot of the generations are really getting into it. A lot of children are getting into it. We both have kids that are absolutely obsessed. Like we get to listen to it. I love How Do You Sleep, but we are still listening to it every night pretty much with my daughter since I told you
Aw.
that in November and it's still happening. Like she's obsessed. I know Emma's got a daughter who's also just absolutely in love.
Yeah.
So we were really nice. We're gonna earn some mom points because we promised them they each got one question to ask you. And
Okay.
I will say I'm very impressed with the questions they came up with.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Emily is 6. She was very sad. She came home from school not that long ago, disappointed because they got butterflies to do like a little project with, and they got to name them as a class, and nobody voted for her answer, which was JC and Jimmy. So sorry, you didn't get named a butterfly.
Oh,
To be
boo.
fair though, they both died. So like, I'm kind of glad we didn't name them after you guys. But she wanted to ask you. So obviously, her favorite song has been the favorite from day one. But she wants to know what you guys like. What's your favorite song? Like, if you have to pick one, and you can include the new one,
Hmm.
because obviously her other part of it was just how has it changed? Like, did you have a favorite song in the beginning, and now it's something else? Do you even have a favorite? I know Jimmy probably doesn't.
I no fair. I mean, to me, it's like it's a whole thing, I don't
Yeah.
like. I mean, I yeah, like I feel like it all needs each other. So there's
It's
what
like one giant story, so I feel like you
yeah.
kind
I'm
of need them
Team Jimmy on
all.
that one. I agree with
I'm
Jimmy.
I'm a softie. I think Don't Go is the best.
That's a beautiful song, so
Yeah.
that's a good choice.
Yeah, I mean, it was
Gut
that was
wrenching, but
that was
beautiful.
a lot.
I mean, that was like a really emotional one for me, but I feel like it's not in a good way. I feel like I'm like more neutral on it. Like I could never be like, I'm like, I mean, quite honestly, I sit there like I'm like asking myself,
Are you too down the rabbit hole?
do we really need that song at the end? Is that
Yes,
going to
yes,
be
you
the
do.
Yes,
next?
yes, you
Yeah.
do.
Like I'm just I look I ask myself questions. I love to ask myself the hard questions,
It's
but
good to
it's
be objective. Yeah.
like so you sit there and go like, and I think it will live, but I would be whatever it takes to make the piece work, we're gonna do. We want. It exists, it's out there. People can listen to it, or listen to any of the songs. What we want now is for people to go into a theater, watch however long it is, and immediately want to go see the whole thing again once it's done.
Multiple times. Yeah.
I say, I'm
Yes.
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
I mean, I love movies that like I cannot stop watching over and over and
Yeah.
over, and
Yeah.
performances like, when it's something. I just remember when we saw The Picture of Dorian Gray, I just wanted to go see it back the next day.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, I need to see that again.
And I
And
feel like this is gonna be one that you get something new from it every time. You'll pick up more details every time. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't let there's a train from Maryland to New York. I can go as many times if you do it in Broadway. and, like, and I'll probably get something different out of it every time. You have to come
Not
visit me,
just
Emma.
salt.
Come
Okay.
visit
Um,
me. We'll go from
Maryland's
Maryland to
nice.
New
It has
York.
really good crab there.
I don't know.
There's a restaurant here I'm kind of obsessed with because they have like the biggest crab cake I've ever seen in my life.
Mm.
And yeah, I mean it's literally I think they said it's 10 ounces. So it's huge. And yeah, I'm hooked on it now. And like it's probably not good. There's a lot of
I'm
good
too
food in
fussy
Maryland.
for crab, seafood, shellfood. No, 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 no,
Yeah,
no.
it's so
Um,
good. You're missing out. No, Maryland has some amazing seafood. Very amazing. I live in the middle
okay.
of like the most built up part of Maryland, I think, too. So there's a lot of good food. But I'll come to New York all the time because I think, yeah, it's just one of those shows where every time there'll be something you're like, oh, I missed that last time, or I missed this detail, or,
I think
and
that's
that'll
going
be
to
awesome.
be a lot of that. Look, a lot of it is in the story as well, right? But that's also the exciting part is when this thing evolves. You know, right now everything is on a page or in our heads or is recorded audio. The visual will be a really exciting leap. When we
Oh,
start
yeah.
working with the visual artists and again the director and how they stage things and then what the art team is going to kind of put together because at that point we're going to be playing in that world telling a story visually um, so you can kind of double down on things or again layer things with that. I think that's something that we're looking forward to as well.
I think
That'll
that
be
leads
awesome.
perfectly into Phoebe's question. So Phoebe's 9. She has a cat. I had to convince her for about 4 hours the creature was not going to be the name of our kitten.
Mm.
Um, so she then ended up with Lily. So we have a Lily.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, right. So she asked, what are you looking forward to like being seen perform on stage the most and why? Like what part of it do you want to see the most? And I know you're gonna say all of it,
Oh,
obviously, but the questions of a 9-year-old.
there's a lot. The
You put him on
opening
the spot,
sequence,
Emma.
yeah, the opening sequence is a fun thing because I think, uh, the first character you're going to meet is a ghost, and that's kind of a fun thing to me. It's like a different point of view, maybe on this classic story is to uh, meet Ghost Elizabeth. Um, so I think that's kind of like a, I think it's a fun way to start the story. A story that everybody knows, but you started in a different way. I think that's kind of neat. I'm actually really excited about what we just did. Of course, you're always most excited about the recent piece, right? It's recency bias, but the visual ideas that we talked about even while we were writing this thing, we just kind of already have an idea of what it looks like in our mind. And now, of course, the director might look at us and go, that's cute, guys, but but that could be really fun visually. Um, of course, the classic scene. I'm curious to see, when he brings the creature to life because that's been done so many times. I'm curious to see, how that evolves. And, what are the influences on that? Um, there's a lot of things I'm curious to see. Um, yeah, I think those are. I mean, we'll just start. That's like the first half,
Okay.
it's like- but there's other things that we have in mind for certain scenes that aren't necessarily again in the stories that you guys maybe have had access to so far. These are just things that we've made notes of for ourselves and how the spaces are going to kind of interact with the character, at least in our minds, how the world around them is going to interact with the characters and things like that. In the second half, there's quite a bit of that going on. Yeah, so I'll just leave it to those three to start.
That's it.
Just a little bit, yeah.
What are you curious to see come to life?
Yeah.
He's like, all of it.
Not listening. Timothy.
For
Oh, you
me,
haven't told him that nickname.
Oh yeah, we call you Timothy.
oh, that's fine. Um, for me, like, I guess, I'm really, I'm pretty excited to see, um, playing with fire because I think it's going to be like a really like kind of like, um, pro-feminine moment with a lot of movement and dancers and like Elizabeth is going to look like this goddess of power at that point. We want her to look really strong. And it's like going to be like Beyonce being with like, a bazillion people on stage, hopefully. But that's one thing I think of. I'm really actually looking forward to seeing I'm looking forward to seeing all of it, but I've always like one of the things I'm interested to see how it lives is like the making of the bride, you know, and seeing how like it goes it's this moment of optimism for, creature.
And then he
And
gets
like
destroyed.
Yeah.
No.
and then there's this like big, like I see it as being like this big party, you know what I mean? The do it, master, do it, faster, faster. And it's like, like maybe like a billion creatures, and
That'd be cool. That's
then all
actually
of a
one of the ones I
sudden,
always say
like
I want to see
then
the
all of a
most.
Yeah,
sudden
I want to see that one on stage so
it
bad.
it falls apart, So that's like you go from this
Mm,
elation to like a disaster, which I think is very like kind of Poseidon adventure
yeah.
kind of vibes. And then
Yeah.
like I'm interested to see what happens at the end, because that's almost the it was the part of my mom's play that just never felt right. You just did it and you're
Mhm.
like, okay, this is like you just ended it. Great. Congratulations. And I, obviously while it's a dark piece and it's pushing a lot of buttons, we want to, I don't think we want to end up on a like, oh, everything's okay, great, like blah, blah, blah. It's just life, kind of Broadway moment. That's definitely, but we want to leave the audience with some sense of joy and resolution somehow without being corny about it. So
Yeah.
that's going to be like, and we have fantasies about it, but it's like the least thought about, like we have thought about it, and you can see what we think about it in the comic book, but how to do it and how to like, it's different from just ending it like in a, if we're ending it in a book, that's easy, but it's the end of a performance. And so like in a certain way, I think like Shakespeare did it really well at the end of Hamlet. It just had like sort of this nice sense of resolution, even though it's like one of the saddest pieces ever. So we just have to get to that point with that. So that'll be fun to see how that develops. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't think JC knows what it's going to
Yeah,
be.
we have our like again our fantasies about it and what we think is like works about it, but we also have our, this kind of thought in the back of our mind is going like how do we pull something like this off.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean that's the trickiest thing of it because you just don't want it to be like just all darkness and
Because
pure
it's not.
because that's not the
Yeah.
message of it's not the message where this is for us. It's a story of redemption, you know, and hopefully that will come through somehow, some way.
I'm
Fingers.
sure it will.
So it will. It'll be
Hopefully,
awesome.
we know.
Yeah, I mean, I totally get that. So we decided because we were like, Jimmy liked this message, so now we're scared too. We decided, like, honestly, we guys, we ask you guys questions all the time, whether it be messaging, whether it's like now, in general. So we decided we're going to be really cruel to ourselves for a minute and see if you guys need to ask us anything or want to ask us anything, like why we do, why we're crazy. We're doing this for a year, but no,
Nice.
really, like we're putting ourselves on the spot for a
Be nice.
change. Yeah, not be nice. No hard questions. Um, I
I
mean,
I don't know. I think I don't know if I would question it. I mean, look, you found something in that we're working on that it has piqued your interest. So of course you've become curious about it, and now because look, it's cool to be part of like the early gang, right? Because again, you get to kind of see the ins and outs of it, and you get to see it evolve. It's like, when I'm sure Jimmy, when he was younger, when I was younger, it was like when you feel like you found like the new rock band or whatever that nobody knows about yet, and you're like, oh, I'm in on this early. Nobody knows about this. I can't believe nobody knows about this, and so it's kind of a fun thing to have. So I can actually understand that kind of sense a bit. I don't question when people are interested in things. I think we all have interests. So I wouldn't necessarily go like, why are you interested in Frankenstein? It's like it's incredible. You know what I mean? It's like Mary Shelley wrote this thing ages ago, and it's been told 100 different ways by 100 different talented people. I mean, the crazy part is when Jimmy and I first started working on it, we didn't realize that there were going to be two films coming out about it. And next thing you know, we like look out there, and it's like some of the best filmmakers in the world are making their their concept or their vision of what it is. And I'm as curious as anybody to see how they display that. And it'll be done 10 years from now. It'll be done another 5 years after that. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a great story, so I can definitely understand why you would be invested in it. We appreciate that you're invested in it in
I've
our.
got some questions for you guys.
Hmm.
Oh
Okay.
no, here we
In
go.
uh-oh.
alphabetical order. Emma, which is your favorite song? If you had to
In
real quick.
alphabetical.
Yeah, in alphabetical order. I just
I
mean
have a lot. I have a lot of favorite songs
no
because
one. You have to
mm,
choose one.
um
Father. Mine's father. I know that one for sure.
I love Broken. I love how you've written Broken. I just yeah, every time. It's
Okay.
just so well written. And I just don't think I like two guys fucking wrote this. Sorry. Two guys wrote this.
You're allowed to swear.
Inspired
It's
by
fine.
though, inspired by something that his mom actually unlocked. If at least for me, when we were talking about it, when she made the choice that um Frankenstein's Victor's mother dies in childbirth instead of just like some kind of flu or something like that. I think is the original.
TB is she got T tuberculosis, I
Yeah,
think.
it's kind of like having it be like this very sudden thing, this highly dramatic thing, and then having, that to me was such a trigger, and I went like, "Oh my goodness, of course I would snap."
And
Yeah,
actually,
It-
my wife said to me, my wife is a bit of a historian. She's probably one of the most well-read people I know. And she said, back then it was up to the
the
father
death
to
rates were
choose whether
crazy.
the baby lived or whether the mom lived.
Yeah.
so a crazy story.
And so
Even
we
to this day, if they deem you not sensible enough, it's
Mm.
down to the partner in the room.
Yeah, well,
So,
and that's what
yeah,
we when we once we kind of once that part of the story hit us, I think, we were just kind of blown away by that. And again, then we did a little bit of homework on it and realized all of the things that would transpire in that time period and things that were kind of unsettling. And so that's when we ended up expanding. But that was a big aha moment for the entire piece, right? Like, and we've actually had one or two more aha moments, I think, since then. But for me, that was such a revelation because everybody's talking about the why. Why would this character do this? Why would this character do that? And it's more meaningful when there is a why, right? Instead of being flippant about it and just going, well, that's just what people do. It's kind of
yeah.
like
And I
that's
think if we
one way.
didn't know the psychology of it, we
Yeah.
wouldn't connect to it as much.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so when when his mom made the choice that she dies in childbirth, that struck me like in a crazy way. And I was like, she did something. And what was interesting to me, I think when we were talking, Jimmy and I were talking, is like it happened so fast in kind of her storytelling. And I was like, you know, for me, it was bigger than that. And so that's, and he definitely was like, when we started going in on it, that's when the piece really kind of evolved, I think. And our why became really connected and powerful, I think.
I love it. It is my
Eight.
favorite. I like the
Oh no,
drama.
not why am I on the spot?
This is your
Yeah.
question. Okay, one song has to go away from Playing with
Oh,
Fire.
this is
You have to
good.
kill one song. Which
Evil.
song would you kill?
I want to know why you're picking on me, Jimmy.
Just asking a question. You said that I could ask questions. I'm asking
Yeah,
questions.
yeah, yeah. I know, I know.
Part of the
That's
editorial
rude.
process.
That's rude. Crap. I don't even know. I don't know that it could because I really don't because I feel like they all build on each
You have
other,
to pick one. This is
You're,
it's not like you like I
you're
mean
evil, Jimmy.
I am like a that's what my kid says to me. He says, "You're
That's what
mean."
every kid
And I
says to
say,
their
"I'm the
parent.
meanest."
That means you're doing a
Yeah,
good
and
job.
I'm the evilest. If the evilest is the word. I guess evilest is a word, right?
I guess if I have to get rid of one, and this is
Hmm.
rude. JC's taunting me.
No,
Not
I'm
helping.
listening. I'm curious.
No. Shit. I guess it's just a dream, but I love it's just a dream. It's just the only one that I can kind of see you could still get around because I feel like so many of the other songs you have to have. Like, for example, I know a lot of times when we ask the followers and stuff, one of our squared for some reason kind of gets in, but I feel like you have to have
My
those. Like,
favorite. One of
especially
them.
part two, like part one and part two, because I love that in part one it's kind of cutesy and all lovey. And then by part two, there's the anger and just the whole tone changes and the way, she kind of goes after Victor of like, you're insane. Like this is terrible. What's wrong with you? Like you just have that argument. And I feel like I love It's Just a Dream because I love the concept that, she's trying to soothe him. She doesn't understand what's going on. She's not fully aware, of what
Mm.
he's done and what, she's not aware of the fact that he's doing it for her, that he's trying to give her eternal life. And she's kind of like, I just want you, and just a normal love and, all that. And I feel like, yeah, there's such an important dynamic to it, but if you have to make me get rid of one, I
Yeah.
suppose it could be that one, but I would like to say no and just not
Okay,
get rid of
okay.
any of them. It's just no. My answer is
It's good.
no.
It's good to
This is
hear
great
that.
feedback. This is part of the process, actually.
Yeah.
Now they're
Okay.
gonna get rid of it. They're gonna be like Kate said.
Well,
I want a nicer
No, don't say
question.
that.
Jimmy, she wants a nicer question.
Okay, Kate.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go in reverse alphabetical order. Kate, in the film version of Playing with Fire, who would you like creature to play creature?
Jacob Elordi, of course. No.
He's below me right now, but he probably doesn't want me to say that.
Oh, me?
Okay,
Yeah, you.
excluding
Yeah.
JC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if we can't use him, ooh. So I know at one point you mentioned Post Malone when we talked to you before, and genuinely think that would be a very interesting choice because
Mhm.
he does have the look. And obviously the song lyric, whoever gets, if you do it as a film, as a musical film, I'm assuming the lyric, whoever can hit those notes. I don't know if he can hit those notes. I don't really know his range, but
He's
he
he's a
can
good
get pretty
singer.
high.
He's a
Yeah.
good singer. That's a
And I feel
that's a
like you need somebody because I like the idea, like the things with Post Malone that in real life too is, he looks like this fierce person, right? With all the tattoos and all that. But he's a giant softie. He's a very sweet person. He's not what he is one of those whole don't judge a book by a cover. And I feel like you need that for Creature. You need someone who looks tough, but Creature, like as you go along, you realize, he's actually a very genuine, sweet person who just wants love and just wants somebody, to care about him and have somebody, the whole concept with like build me someone to love and that's why he wants it. He has no one. And I feel like somebody who kind of has that rough look, but in reality is a sweet person, I feel like that would work out. So I feel like I kind of have to agree with Post Malone. I'm sure there's other ones too, but now Jimmy's putting me on the spot. Ask Emma a question, Jimmy.
Emma. In the film version of Playing with Fire, who would you like to see play Elizabeth?
Ooh. Um, I quite like. I'm so bad with remembering names. The girl, and I know her name, and we talk about it all the time, and now I can't remember it. She's in Six.
Oh, Kelsey Watts.
Kelsey Watts. I think she would be amazing as Elizabeth.
From what?
I think
What is she in?
She's in Six on Broadway right now.
Oh, six. Oh,
Yeah.
she's
She's
Catherine Parr.
actually Melinda's client.
okay.
Oh, is she?
Melinda. Yeah, Melinda
I
does her
just thought
is her
Melinda liked
manager.
her a lot. I didn't know she was.
Well, that's how I first heard about her was because Melinda posted stuff and I was like, who is this? Like she can
No,
sing and yeah, she's
I think
fantastic.
Elizabeth needs a bit of fire, and I think that she's got it. Like, but she can also come across really sweet. She's also kind of like quite tall, so I feel like that's going to work well.
Mm.
And
Okay,
and I
I've
think
got
she's
one
beautiful.
last question, and this is a tag team question, and you have to agree on it.
We got
You have
this.
to agree. What if they disagree?
No, they
We
have to
won't. We are
agree. They
like
have to
literally
like
the
they
same
have to
person.
reach they have to reach um
We will. We're
like
the
a
same person.
conclusion
It's fine.
between the
Yeah.
two of them. Like they both can't have different opinions. They have to come to one. Like you and I have to do JC
Yes, we
all
have to
the
compromise
time.
and come to an agreement. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Broadway or West End?
Oh, dude.
I
Um,
think I'm gonna say opposite of what she thinks I'm gonna say.
Look, I want the West. I'm going to take wherever you put it, right? Like, what if you make me go? I'm going to get on a plane. Just you don't even have to tell. Just say West End or Broadway. I'm just going to get on a plane. Like that's it. So I will take what I can get. Um, I want it to go to wherever I think it's going to do best at the time. Like I think I think that it's more important that it goes to somewhere that's going to receive it well at that point in time and is going to have a big enough audience for it. And I don't care. Is my answer. But West End if I
Solid.
could.
Solid answer. Solid answer. Yeah, I mean, obviously Broadway's convenient for me, but I have a passport. I can go wherever.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I mean, wherever I think it does the best would be awesome. I mean,
So the consensus is indifference because it's wherever it works.
kind of,
Yeah,
yeah. Because
that's
of
kind
course
of
I
where
want to
we are
say
too.
Broadway. It's
Yeah.
only what 2 hours by train here, so of course, like that would be convenient for
If
me.
you
But
got
you
But
more
guys have to
interest,
like you guys have to like work as a team and figure out where you want it to be right now. I give
right now,
you I'll give you 2 minutes. We
They're saying
can
they don't care.
you
pros
both
and
said you don't
cons,
care.
right?
But
They
you
said
got you
wherever it
got to
works.
pick one or the other. That was not my question. I
But
gave
if
you a very
what the
specific
answer
he
we
needs
give
to
question.
start
you,
asking
you're not
questions.
allowed to.
JC's
Where are
nicer.
so maybe the question is where would you like to see it?
I
Well,
mean,
I've never been to Broadway, so that could be a good excuse
Oh,
for
there you
me
go.
there you go. I've only been to New York once, like in
to see
November.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, to come see you. That was actually the first time I've ever been to New York, and I was there for an hour. So I was.
You take the Amtrak?
Oh, we were. No, we actually drove
Oh, okay.
from Maryland. We
Yeah.
left here, I think, at like 5 a.m.
Yeah,
Drove up.
when I was living in Maryland, I used to take the Amtrak up. That was like the
It's well, okay, so you probably know like Penn Station and all that. Well, you probably know where that is. And so like it's right there. The train, easily
yeah
could hop on, go to BWI, and you connect. I think now they make you connect at the airport. So you have to go to BWI, or you could go into,
train.
yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, because there's a train by my house, but it basically, if you take it up to the airport
Mm.
and then you just connect there, it'll take you to New York and
Yeah,
it's
okay.
like 2 hours or something. Nice and easy. So I would probably
Mine's
pick
like 10
Broadway
hours
so
on the
I could do
plane.
it like,
So, and then like maybe 8 hours for me to get
yeah,
to
you
London to
have it
fly.
Yeah,
harder.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I drove last time because, well, I mean, I bought the tickets and then it was like all they had left on the train were first class tickets that were like 300 each.
Yeah.
And I was like, so we
Yeah.
just drove up.
Look, the
But
convenience of having your own car is great.
oh
Yeah.
yeah,
And you
that's when we
stop
were
when you
like,
want, pull over when you want, whatever it is. Yeah. Look, try road trips are always a fun thing because again, you have that freedom. So
yeah, and it was
the
fun.
train
You
is
didn't get
easy
to
because you don't have to focus on the road, you're just kind of like in it for the ride. So
sure. Well, I got to be the passenger, so I didn't have to focus anyway. So that was nice. But drove up with a friend and all that, and my friend traumatized you, and
I'm all right. I survived.
he look, he knows, he
You
knows.
said it.
That's
I
why
don't even know what you. No, I don't. That's what I said.
tattoo.
I'm obviously okay.
The one who made you draw a tattoo. That's what I
Oh
came with.
yeah, dude. Whoa. Yeah, I wasn't ready for that.
She got
We
it done and
know.
everything. Like it's on her skin for life. Like not for me, but good for her, right?
Yeah, she did it. I think she went back the next day, like back from where she lives, and went and got it. Like
I mean, look, so I don't have any tattoos, so like there's some cats that are just super comfortable with them, so obviously.
she's definitely one of them. I have some, but I think she's got me beat. But she's had like Chris draw one. I think
Mm,
Or no, Chris and Joey. And
yeah.
Lance was supposed to, but he canceled the event that she was supposed to see him at.
Mm,
So she's still waiting on him. But 3 out of 5 ain't bad. So I'll give her credit.
They
yeah.
got to go and see you in New York and you haven't come to the UK yet, guys. Like guys, the UK.
She's a little bitter. Well, and I still need
Guys.
Jimmy to come out here. Jimmy hasn't come out.
Yeah.
I was in the UK for like
Yeah,
a
yeah. You saw
couple
Cardi, right?
days in June,
hmm
but it
You know,
was
there's
like
like a musical con that happens now every year, right? Like,
Really?
wait. Yeah, yeah. It's like in 2 weeks' time.
In London?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you want me to send you the links?
That's it. Well, we can send them to you.
I can make myself be there.
They're both like, hold on.
Yeah, like
I
me
never
and
even
Beth
heard of that.
running to London. Yeah, 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 musical con. It's only literally Instagram, and you know how the algorithm just shows you stuff. I had no idea, but there's some quite big people going from like the West End.
Mm.
So just say hint, hint.
Hint, hint. Clear your calendar in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks, it's a shame. 2 weeks, I have to be at a charity event.
2026
Hmm.
music con
That'd be
is
great.
is really promising, right?
Well, and it would be right
Grill.
around. It would be right around Halloween again.
Mm-hmm.
So
Perfect timing.
that's
Just
interesting.
saying that.
Hashtag goals or hashtag thing. Like I don't know.
I mean, they are for us because we have to use them 50 times a day, but I don't know
Yeah,
if people say it.
that's thoughtful. 2026. Maybe that's a goal. Who knows? I mean, or sooner.
Say, make some trips. Yeah, I think that'd be, I mean, because I know there's definitely been some fun event ideas. I know like the signing, for example, went beyond well. I remember
Mhm.
the coolest part for me was like turning the corner and
Mm,
just seeing this massive line of people. And I was
yeah.
so excited because I just was like, this is what you want to see. You want to see that turnout of people that are super interested. And I'm sure there are
Work up
people
to
that were
an
there.
awareness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I remember, so afterwards, I went to the Starbucks to grab like a little snack, whatever, and Van was there, like from center stage, and he was telling me, he's like, I didn't expect this many people, and I'm like, where have you
You
been?
don't know
Like,
the
I
power
was
of the
like,
fandom. Yeah,
yeah, I was like, well, you should have probably expected this, and he was like,
yeah.
yeah, I didn't, and I was like, no, this because that's just how people are, it looked so interesting,
Yeah,
it's such a cool concept, and then it was like, why not? Like,
Dan's
why not
great.
go have fun and torment people. with
I
tattoos.
actually thought of another question. Like, are you guys doing anything to celebrate the 1 year anniversary? Nudge, nudge.
Working on
We're
it.
working.
That's a good
Doing
way to do
doing
it.
doing doing like the not non-fun stuff that like you don't want to hear about because
Yeah,
it's
all
like
the
so
behind the scenes stuff.
boring
It's like
and
we're
blah
in
blah
that
blah.
mode right now where, yeah, we're because you're team building, you have to kind of like build this kind of architecture for the thing, which is like,
Yeah, it's yeah, there's just like a lot of like kind of like, okay, this is getting real. We like have to like deal with this, that, and the other thing. Like, there's just, like annoying stuff that
I
like
get that.
in the perfect world you just wouldn't have to do because it's kind of
Because we get that too. Like, there's some days.
you
But it's a privilege, right? Like, it's a privilege for us to feel the pressure some days. It's a privilege for us to feel stressed. So it's
yeah.
a privilege for us to freak out for a week about having to do a chat with you guys, like that's a privilege.
Oh, it was more than that. Well, and it is. It's like, I
so
mean, it is
there's
one of those we have our own goals, even with the page, where it's like, we said, I think at one point, we are like, I want to get like 100 people to follow just to get
Mhm.
100 people interested in this project. And now we're like, we have how many? Like, oh, it's thousands. Okay.
one
Or,
thing, I just want to say thank you guys for like supporting us. It
Yeah.
really means the world. And it's just so cool to like have you in our corner, rooting for us, and it makes everything like more worthwhile, for sure.
Yeah, look, to have somebody believe in your project is like it's a like you said, it's a privilege. So
Yeah, so thank you.
yeah. People are
I
expecting
will do
pop
a
songs from
Rubik's
us.
Cube
Oh,
in
look
your
at you. You're
honor.
like playing.
I'm
Mine's
not
down to
playing.
10.
I'm just
I think I
like
could beat you in a
I'm
competition
just
now. I've got it down to under 2 minutes. I'm just
you
saying.
do?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm not that fast. Okay.
I can't do it at all.
No, I
Yeah.
can't let like a brain puzzle
Mm.
like best me. I'm like if I start something, I'm gonna get it, and I'm gonna get it until I'm good at it. And so now I'm good at
Yeah, it's
it.
for me it's just more of like a relaxation thing, but
She messaged me one night at like, I think 1 a.m. her time or something. I was like, it's like, I don't have, I know. I've tried and nope,
you can
I
do it.
can't do
Like
it at all.
you just need the
Yeah.
stubbornness. It's like it's
I
just
mean, I'm a
being
Taurus,
stubborn
so I should
enough,
be stubborn.
to like do it, or you have the interest in it. It's just like I'm that person who gets like really like interested in doing stupid things.
No,
As
Hey, it
that's
gives you
JC
something
will
to
yeah.
do.
as
I
JC
like
will
it.
attest to.
Yeah, it's look, having those things to take your mind off of something just for a few seconds is actually really a good thing because it allows you to focus when you come back. All of a sudden you come back fresh. It's weird how that works, but that's
Oh yeah.
one of the processes.
We do that a lot.
And
When
my
we have
kid
days
taught
we
me
have
how
to
to
make
do
lunch.
this. Look at that.
Oh, that's cool. All right,
H.
Emma, that's your next task.
Oh, for
Yeah.
the
That's
That's cool.
cute.
So
I
is there
liked too, like,
anything that you guys, sorry, Kate,
oh no, you're cool.
is there anything that you would like to say to like the fandom in general? Because obviously it's going to go out and pandemonium will ensue as normal, and you get to say something if you want to.
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for if you're listening and you're loving it. Thank you. That's from me, JC.
I would say thank you for your patience. More is coming, I promise. I know it feels like it takes forever. Like you said, we're coming up on a year, but we are working and it is evolving and it is happening. It is coming. It's just we are experiencing that thing where everything just takes time, but we are going to have something for everyone to enjoy. We are
And I
working
think
as hard as we can on it.
and it's going to be worth the wait. It's
Yeah.
like it's grown so much since last year, like just like kind of conceptually. Y'all are going to get your mind twisted by it.
Oh, I look
I
forward
think
to it.
I'll take
Yeah.
it. No,
So
I mean, honestly, like I know you guys were saying, thanks, but we owe you guys so much thanks too. It really, I mean, when we started the page, our goal was just, oh, get a couple people to follow it, get people to, like the project the way we do. I mean, we both read the script, the
Yeah.
original, like well, we both read Frankenstein, but also Playing with Fire script. We read that in like a day. Just sat down, we're like, this is incredible.
Yeah.
And just to see what you guys did with it, we were obsessed. And we started the page just thinking, let's get a couple people interested.
Mm.
And to have you guys following it, to have you guys, kind of sort of working with us to an extent,
Mm.
it means the world. Like to know that you guys appreciate that it's doing its job. It's getting out there. We're getting new people all the time that are like, wow, this is really interesting. I never even heard of this musical. And we're like, yeah,
Mm.
here. Um, honestly, I know you guys have said that we're like this little part of the story. We don't feel that way at all. Like, we're like, no, we're nobodies. We're
Well, look,
nobodies. But
everybody's
no.
using their talents. This is part of, it's like, again, I wouldn't say I'm very talented when it comes to outreach and things like that. But I think that the fact that you're using your talent to share something that we're doing is, again, there is synergy there, and I'm thankful for that. So, yeah.
We honestly love it. And, it is really fun to just watch the fandom grow, to watch more people get interested, to watch people, talking about it. We get people, like we just did the other day, like who would you cast to, play these different
Mm.
roles and things like that. And it's fun to listen to what people say. It's fun to, kind of bring people in. And especially with JC, a lot of people obviously know you for different reasons.
Yeah, yeah.
To get them to see you kind of in a new way, like, okay, put all that in the past, look at it as, yeah, you're a musician, yeah, you're a songwriter, all this, but now you're like a playwright too. And like, look at just this different, kind of, I
Let's
said
see.
kind of, kind
Kind of is the
of.
right way to put it.
Yeah,
That's
I
how we're
mean,
building a team.
I think but you're like, it's just cool to see you, kind of doing something different that
Yeah.
I think getting people to see this other side and everything has just been really fun, kind of paints a different picture. Same with Jimmy, obviously people know doing Pink and doing Madonna and things. And it's just like, okay, but here's another world, another thing. So honestly, like for us to even be the tiniest part of this has been
It's great.
beyond our wildest dreams. Like we have genuinely appreciated you guys beyond belief. We're so excited to see like what else is coming. Especially now, I think you've got us more excited
It's
knowing all these
coming.
changes and
It's going to give you insomnia.
Yeah.
you know what? We get that
Oh,
enough.
oh,
Yeah,
that
all the
that was a
time.
little tricky
That
there.
was a little Easter egg. You like that one?
Yeah, it was like a
Fine,
little Easter egg.
I say
I'm
we
Like
I
three
picked up
years
on
now,
that. I'm
3 years from
letting
now,
seeing
you'll
if viewers pick up on that.
3 years from now you will come back to this little Easter egg JC dropped, and you will go,
we'll be
oh,
like,
but that's
oh,
an
that's what he
Easter
meant.
egg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but really, like, I mean, honestly, yeah, we're so excited to see just where it's come from, where it's gonna go, all of that. Obviously, it sounds weird to say we're proud of you guys because we're nobody, once again.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. No,
really, we
look.
are. Like, it's been so cool to just watch you guys and to see the passion you guys have for it. Of course, just, it makes us feel like what we're doing is worthwhile too, to just keep
'Cause we
that
care.
passion
We
going,
want
get
other
other
people to
people.
care. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like, and we love it. We love you guys. Like,
We appreciate it.
genuinely.
We appreciate it. We appreciate it. I promise we appreciate it.
You've shown it, we
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I gotta jump though, because I
Yeah,
got
me too.
yeah.
Yep.
But
Okay.
thank
Thank
you
you, guys.
guys.
Thank
I'm
you.
sure
Thank you
we'll
for
talk
coming. This has
again.
been
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
been a blast.
Okay,
That'll be
we'll
good.
see y'all.
Hi.
Later, guys.
Bye.
Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed our special guests because I know we did. And we just want to say thank you to JC and Jimmy for taking the time to speak to us mere mortals today, and for everybody at Team Playing with Fire who have just been so kind and so supportive and nice. And, they've all put up with us for a whole year now. So I think they deserve some props for that alone. But anyway, we can't wait to talk to all you guys about all the amazing things that we just got told about. And I think there's really only one last thing to say. Happy
Happy
anniversary, Playing with
anniversary,
Fire.
Flames Fire.